in that feed.
Boy, it's another week and it's Talkin Greasy live. I appreciate everybody that came through. I really appreciate my secret guest that came and helped me out. But before we get started, let me not be rude and introduce from my left. Introduce yourself, please.
Hi again, it's Shamonica of the Opinion Not Fact podcast. You can find me on social media at Shamonica Wiggins or the Opinion Not Fact podcast. And yeah, I'm happy to be here.
All right, thank you. And just in case they've been living under a rock and they don't know you from 10 by 2, who are you, man?
What's up, you guys? My name is Kim.
And just in case you haven't been following the show or whatever, Kim helped me start Talkin Greasy, so this is a big moment for me.
Helped you start?
Yes.
Put some respect on me.
Okay. Kim,
we started it together.
I am a co-creator of Talkin Greasy, and Kim was the original 3 of Talkin Greasy. Mm-hmm. We started in 2016, and here we are now. Mm-hmm. But let's get into the question of the week.
Question of the week, question of the week, question of the week, question of the week. What? Question of the week, question of the week, question of the week, question of the week. Hey!
The question of the week is, what part do gender roles play in 2019? Before we even get started and we hear from the ladies, I got to be honest with you. My birthday was last week, so I'm 30 years old now. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the fuck masculinity is.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to mess with X amount of girls to prove what my masculinity is.
Well, that's
I'm trying to make a certain amount of money to prove who I am, and I don't know where
a problem.
I don't know where my masculinity is. I don't know where it starts.
Well,
where
let's
it
help
ends.
you find it.
Let's. Because I was, starting to breeze through certain books like Way of the Superior Man, went back to the Bible, Millionaire Next Door, like things that I could really help define what a man is, especially as a black man, because I'm attacked from black women, I'm attacked from white supremacy,
Okay.
I'm attacked from other men who's trying to find themselves, and I don't know where to put it. What would you categorize femininity in 2019?
I don't think that that's for everybody to have a one singular definition. I think femininity is for the woman to figure out for herself. I think the same thing about masculinity.
Well, first thing first, I think that's bullshit because we need one definition.
That's
so that way we need one definition. We need a few labels. That way everybody finds their group, everybody finds their lane, and they do it. Because nowadays everybody want to do everybody else's job.
Well, let me tell you,
women want to run the house. Men want to wear skirts. Niggas don't even know if they want to be what they were assigned at birth anymore. So we starting from.
I think it's hard to just put a label, like one definition on what a person see as femininity or as masculinity. Like me, I think I'm very feminine and have a lot of what we would call.
You a nigga low key. Like
what?
you a nigga low key,
Whoa.
like for real. Like you do.
Okay, wait a minute. Let Shamonica finish.
Nah,
I'm
you do.
very woman,
No. You do some niggerish shit
Yeah,
for
I
real.
have some real nigga tendencies.
Coming from you, Darnell,
What?
and you don't.
He always tell me I'm abusive and everything.
I didn't say you abusive. I'm just saying I won't be caught in a dark alley next to you. That's all I'm saying.
I've never had a fight.
Okay, but back to what you were saying about defining masculinity and all these important
I think
things.
it just depends on a person. I think, you can have broad ideas of what masculinity is or what femininity is, but like you said, each person you ask is going to have a different answer.
And what about you, Kim?
I agree with that, and I feel like if you are looking to everybody else to figure out what your identity is, then you got a problem.
Well,
all of us are supposed to be individuals.
Well, I already put this out there way back when I did a imposter syndrome episode where I make all this content. I bring all these people together, but at the end of the day, I don't know who I am. Then add my masculinity on top of that. Then add trying to be somebody's boyfriend on top of that. Then you kind of need to have a same direction you're going in.
Let me tell you what I think is going on.
What's up?
I think you look at what everybody else defines as masculinity. I think you look at what society tells you you're supposed to be, and you look at that and you feel like you don't measure up to this or that, and so that makes you feel like you're lost. What I think needs to happen is you need to look inside yourself and say, what do I want to be? Who do I want to be? And let that be that.
Well, let me flip that. In this world, like, I know this is going to sound fucked up and misogynistic, but no, get over it.
Okay.
My thing is, when it comes to, like, let's say you're a woman, you're trying to figure out your femininity, you have the right to make up your own definition.
Right.
And when you go out to the world, say, hey, I'm a pansexual woman, I'm a bisexual woman, I'm a
heterosexual woman.
I'm a CEO woman, whatever. The world doesn't jump in the efforts to destroy your femininity. When I go out there, when I go out there with my masculinity, I want to be a leader. I want to be a boss. I want to make content. I want to help my community. Everybody's coming for me. And everybody's trying to change that definition from me.
Examples.
I think you fail to realize that women get attacked just as much as men. Like, we all, men, women, especially black men and women, we are always constantly getting criticized, critiqued, judged, told what we should or shouldn't be doing. So that comes from all sides. It's not just the man thing. Like, you talking about, the CEO woman gets criticized for being too picky or being this or being that. And it's like, that's just what cis chose to do. Like, we all, no matter what we're doing, we all get judged. And you just got to have, a fuck it attitude. Like, I don't care the next person's opinion.
You know what? And like I'm saying, I'm cool with being judged, because if I'm a man, or that's what I'm going to sign up for, you have to make your own choices. You have to stand on those choices. And you have to go out there and be whoever you're going to be. But like I said, like you said, you get attacked as a black woman on your ideas or all you think. But there's a certain energy that people want to kill when black masculinity is in the room. That's because they'll let y'all in the room. They'll let y'all in the board meetings. They'll let y'all be the CEOs because black femininity don't scare the system.
Okay.
But a masculine man with his own way, don't want to follow the rules, wants to build his own. Everybody's coming for him.
Okay.
Everybody.
As a woman who has had the opportunity to sit in corporate meetings and at the big table, like, I have a pretty strong voice. I can get myself heard. But a lot of times I'll say something, and then a guy will repeat it, and then the whole table, oh, yeah. And I'm like, but I just said that.
As if you never said it.
I just said it, and that happens all across America.
Shut up. And let me also say this. I believe that what men have to go through and women have to go through are two different things.
Definitely.
And so you can't just say that yours is worse than ours because you don't know what we go through. And we probably don't know the full extent of what you go through because y'all don't talk. I feel like...
Who do we really have to talk to?
But
excuse me.
No.
You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that.
I'm gonna flip that.
No. Wait. Black women are always in y'all's corner. So you're not gonna act like y'all have zero people to talk to. You choose not to.
Yeah, I got my male friends definitely vent to me, and I give them good advice, good, solid. I don't bash them. Like, I'm grateful that I have male friends that trust me enough to open up.
Okay.
But then you tell them what you think, give them advice and all of this, and they don't do it. Or they just say thank you and keep doing what they're doing.
Okay, well, let me flip that, because men, we don't have a constructive roadmap for masculinity. Then when it's time, when you get these emotions, you get these feelings, you get at this crossroad, like I said, your masculinity in your mind or whatever you make it up is based on your decisions. And if you don't know the way and you don't have nobody to go to, it's like this destructive circle. So,
I think men...
And black women don't understand that because they do have all these outlets. They do have more sister circles. They do have more things and organizations to run to kind of help them out versus a black dude. You on the island sometimes.
Okay, I have a question about gender roles specifically.
Yes.
So you're talking about men not knowing, or you said that you don't know what masculinity really is.
Definitely.
But I feel like you also definitely subscribe to gender roles and what women should be doing and what men should be doing. So how does that equate for you? How do you parse that together?
To be honest, I just piece it together piece by piece, and I go with emotions. If I feel like I'm in a position where I'm in a weaker position, I don't want to go into it. Like gender roles.
What makes you the weaker position? Like
I'm confused.
What
Like,
in your mind would make you the weaker position?
Like if I take my girl out and she paying for something, I don't feel right. Like,
what if she offered?
No, thank you.
So
you
you
have
have
to
turn down a date.
I'm not turning down a date. I just I just don't like the feeling of knowing.
Now, I can see if she paying for everything every time, then you can be like, no, thank you. But if she's like, babe, come on, I'm going to take us. We about to go get something to eat. You going to say no? Because if I tell my dude, babe, come on, we about to go get something to eat. It's on me. And he say no, we going to have a problem.
Why?
Because he always do it. So that's my way of showing my appreciation. Like, y'all are men are y'all deserve gifts too. If you're a good guy, it's women out here that don't mind treating y'all. You can't be too prideful to be like, no, I'm good, especially if she not doing it every single time.
You want to know what I think is confusing?
What?
Okay, so you will say that you feel emasculated or whatever if a woman decides she's going to pay on a date. Now, if you have paid attention to Twitter or Facebook or any of those outlets, you have seen a lot of men who are like, well, how come y'all can't split it? How come y'all can't? We always the one that got to pay and yada, yada. So while you were talking about how women don't have one set way femininity goes, it goes the same for men.
Okay. Hey, man, we're going to take a quick break because I really like where this conversation is going. Are gender roles important in the household? Should men lead financially? And third off, if we're going to make up our own rules, who's going to be the most accountable in the household? On Talkin Greasy.
This episode is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/greasy. There you'll have access to over 180,000 titles right from your smartphone.
Y'all niggas is lying. It's time to talk that shit.
And we're back on Talkin Greasy. I kind of like how the first half went, so let's just keep it rolling and finish up this conversation. Okay, we can make our own way, right? We can find who we want to be. We can make up these gender roles. What about the household 50-50? That's because I'm down with the new 50-50 because Dallas is getting way more expensive since everybody and their mama want to move here. If you want to help with some bills, sis, jump in. But at the same time, if we're gonna do 50-50, who runs it? Because if you paying half, I'm paying half. Who holds the majority of the accountability, and who do we follow when we just stuck on the decision?
At this point in my life, I'm not living with a man again until we are either engaged or married, because I lived with an ex, and initially it was supposed to be 50-50, but in this relationship, I was the one who had the more money.
Okay.
So I was paying more than 50.
Are we talking about Dwight?
No. Dwight's who I'm with now.
It's a white guy. That's a nickname for her white baby daddy.
Yes, I have a white baby daddy. But and he paid everything. So
damn. And you left? You better not climb for the white man. You better stop.
But
you better chill. You better chill back there 3-piece.
An ex previous, we lived together. It was originally supposed to be 50-50, but I started paying more. So I instantly felt like, since I'm paying the most, I run this shit. Damn. And he didn't like that. But I'm like, well, if you don't like it, change it, because I'm submissive by nature. I don't mind being the submissive role, supportive role. But if I'm the one out here making sure everything is straight and everything paid for, and you not really doing much, then you're going to have to listen to what I say.
Okay,
but that's not what I want anymore. So I don't go through that.
Before I go to Kim, let me get this whole situation straight up. So what you're trying to tell me is a man has to pay his way to run his house.
Or he can either have leadership qualities. The guy I dated didn't have any leadership qualities. He didn't take the wheel, take control. He fell into me being the one saying what to do or how to do it. He never exerted his masculine. He never did it. He never tried to put me in my place or whatever. So it was like, it didn't work, because I'm like, this is not what I want. This is not the kind of relationship.
Okay, let me speak to what you just said, Darnell.
Okay.
Okay, if you think that you need to be the breadwinner in the house as a man.
Yes.
That seems like you are trying to subscribe to the way that things were a while ago, like the 50s and 60s. I personally would not subscribe to that. I feel like today there's no need for somebody to assert who is the leader and who is the follower. I feel like if we both bring something to the table, let's both bring something to the table. Because what you're not going to do is tell me that because I didn't put in X amount that I don't have a say. You're not doing that.
I'm definitely doing that.
No,
I'm sorry. I'm definitely doing that.
Okay, that's for you. And
But-
who you with.
no. Let me finish. And the reason I'm doing that is because Shamonica just basically said you have to pay your way to be the leader of your household.
That was my last relationship.
Okay.
I feel like now, that was years ago. Now, a relationship is a partnership, a teamwork. You're supposed to be on the same page, talk to each other, plan each other, be together, communicate. And like I do that now in my current relationship. Like we talk about everything. I need to know how you think, how you handle these things, so we know which one of us is better, so we can be a team.
You know what? I like that progressive thinking. Let's flip that. Because women are making more money. They're doing bigger things. Ladies, let's keep it real. Let's say you're making $100,000 per year. Could y'all be the breadwinners, just pay for everything, and the man just work a regular job?
It's some
work at
women that's
McDonald's
okay
and
with
be
that.
like, "Hey, babe, come pick me up my ship over."
I know some women who are okay with that, but I feel like that's that couple's choice and that what they decided.
Well, I mean, let's talk statistics. Hispanics will be the new majority and take over whites. They're going to probably be making anywhere from that 70, 85K. Then black women, most of y'all got your masters or your own entrepreneurs, so y'all going to be very well off right before the technological dip take away most of our jobs around 2040, 2050.
Come on, stats.
So y'all will be the new breadwinners, and like I said, they'll let y'all into the room before they let us into the room. So more than likely, y'all will be the breadwinners in the next 10 to 20 years. Are y'all okay with making all the money, running the house, and your man chill?
Okay.
And will you still be sexually attracted to your man?
He's not gonna be chilling. I can make more without him chilling.
Okay, yeah, you trying to be funny because
I'm being serious. I have the straightest face in here.
No, because you said while he stays home and chills, you can also contribute something just because a woman
He
makes
can be
more
a stay-at-home father. There's kids that still need
you
to
can't
be
chill
taken to
if
school.
Okay, you done gave us 3 different scenarios. I need you to pick one.
And being a stay-at-home parent, mother or father, is not just chilling.
Okay.
It's a lot of work. And you gotta get the kids to school, feed the kids, dress the kids. Kids do sports and activities. You gotta take them there, They gotta be on time. I do all that with my daughter. That's not just chilling. And then you gotta clean the house, feed them, clean them, get them in bed, get them out of bed. It's not chilling. So if that guy is gonna take over that role, he need to do it just as well as a woman would do it.
And I totally agree with you. But let's get to the bottom line. Will you still be attracted to your man?
I don't know. I'm not in that position.
I would not. Let me tell you.
All right. Okay.
Let me
talk your shit, sis.
I would not. Let me tell you why. Because I am attracted to ambition.
Yes.
So
Okay,
I
that's
can
fair.
see.
That's
I
reasonable.
can see if you are not where you want to be right now, but if you have ambitions of doing something more, I can rock with that because I understand that. But if you have ambitions of living off of me, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to hear from the audience. If anybody has any opinion,
Oh, what happened?
please come right here because I want to hear your opinions about. Would you be attracted to your man if you're making $200,000, but he's taking care of the kids, everything's handled, bills handled? If just one brave man or woman right here, I want to hear your thoughts.
Nobody?
Going
No.
once,
Just go.
going twice. And what is your name?
I'm Krista.
Thank you so much. And tell us what you think about this new movement where women are on top, women are running things. Will they still be attracted to their men if they're not making as much, or the breadwinners?
Okay, so I think that right now, part of us having to be breadwinners, it's based on us having to take care of all this stuff anyway. So what's happening now in the workforce is people are seeing that the black woman knows how to take care of things. They're not taking a whole bunch of bullshit, and they're able to complete what these tasks are. But these roles and that's why these roles are messed up. Yeah, in the household, you are going to have trouble respecting a man that's only doing that because it's not the natural role. It isn't a natural role. Even people can say how the roles are supposed to be one way or another. The formula works, though, if everybody can respect where it is. And respecting somebody doesn't necessarily have to do with just the finances. It doesn't. But there does have to be certain clear roles for everybody for everything to be able to function smoothly, I think.
Thank you so much.
I agree with that. To a degree, I don't think that it has to be defined by what society says it should be. I think it's just up to who is good at what.
Yeah.
Okay, I respect that, but at the end of the day, we talk all this progression, gender fluid. I can sleep with this. I'm pansexual. I'm bisexual. Hell, all these different things. But let's be honest, we got some old ways thinking that we haven't got rid of yet.
I'm traditional.
Okay.
And the guy I'm dating, the real Dwight, because my boyfriend name is Dwight. He calls my daughter's dad Dwight. So I feel like we are pretty traditional. He works, and I work from home. But like we line up, and I follow his lead. You know, like you talking about my nigga and all of this, but if the dude is a strong man and is a leader, I have no problem being at his side and following along. But every dude is not there yet. Like, do you see yourself as a leader in the relationship?
Definitely, but I have my flaws where sometimes I slip up as far in the accountability section. Like, yes, I'll handle, hey, babe, we need to go to the grocery store. I paid this bill, pay this bill. But if I fall on something, I really won't be as accountable for my actions. I'll probably try to play it off or get mad and flip the conversation.
No, you can't
stuff
do
like
that.
It works. It works.
It does not work.
What
Look, he pointing in the bag. No, that's the problem with adults today, not just in relationships.
Okay.
People don't like to own their shit.
Fair.
Own your shit. I would respect you so much more if you just own your shit.
I agree.
Because we all make mistakes, and I had to learn that. So now this is like the first relationship where I will apologize if I was wrong. Like, you know what, babe? I fucked up. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I overreacted. Because I realized that's what relationships take. You can't just take. It's give and take. And if you fuck up, you got to acknowledge that and say you're sorry. And then the best apology is change behavior. So don't keep fucking up.
Okay, well, let me flip it. Because we're talking about gender roles. And let's talk about the most important thing in this equation, the future. What about kids? How do we teach kids about their roles in society? Because when we grew up, we had the boys' clothes, the girls' toys. Now everything's neutral and everything else. How would you teach this to children?
Let me tell you something. What does that? Why do you care so much about that? Because what somebody else wears don't have shit to do with you. What somebody chooses to identify as don't have shit to do with you. I don't really understand what the issue is. I think what the problem for a lot of people is they have a problem with their own identity. So they look at somebody else who is firm in what it is, even if they don't understand it, and they have a problem with that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I disagree because at the end of the day, the reason I care so much is because everybody's decisions affect the future. Like, if everybody don't take care of themselves, like physically, or we don't have access to certain food and we all make that same bad decision, or we all make close to some of them same bad decisions, we all going in the same bad direction. If people figure out who they are, what lane they're in, and, we think about our future children and everything else, we all move a certain type of way.
Our children going to be fine. Let me tell you something. The kids of today...
Not really. They got to deal with a water shortage, global warming, white supremacy.
What does that have to do with gender? The kids of today are a lot more progressive than we are. Yeah. They see that this shit don't really matter. They're worried about the things that actually do matter.
Yeah.
And so they're a lot more accepting of other people. I think our closed-minded thinking is what breeds a lot of the hate that we have for other people. I think that we need to really check that, because somebody else's gender identity or all that shit don't have nothing to do with what you're doing in your own household. I think we need to get our stuff together before we worry about somebody else's.
And I think as a parent, you just need to focus on raising your child right, focusing on your kid and helping
Focus
them.
on that, Mike.
And focusing on your kid and making sure that you focus on who they are as a person and building them up as a good person and as a secure person. So it doesn't matter what's going on around them, that they have grown up as a secure person, secure in themselves, so they're free to make their own choices and not be so easily influenced by things around them. Like my daughter is into a lot of different shit that most little 8-year-old girls her age are not into. And I like that about my daughter, and I encourage her to stick to doing what she likes and what she want to do. And, like, my daughter loves Minecraft. Every year for Christmas, we get the pajamas. The little girls section, they don't have Minecraft pajamas, but I went over to the little boys section and got the Minecraft pajamas. It's like little pink accents in there. You can do what you want. I shop in the men's section. So it really doesn't matter. As long as you have raised your kid to be secure in yourself, and you're secure in yourself as well, and your kid sees that, they'll grow up just fine. Like, I feel like my daughter is going to do great in the future. No matter what shit starts going on, I think she's going to be just fine.
I think a lot of what you are speaking to is a lot of what we have gotten from our parents that kind of fucked us up. Because I think a lot of women and men have this very binary view of what they're supposed to be and what they're supposed to do, and to the point where it gets really toxic. And so when you look at
that word.
When you look, well, that's
It's
too
a
bad
true
because I just
word.
said it. When you look at the things that our parents are doing, like, okay, for instance, Target, I think they were trying to test this out where they took out, they had like boys and girls toys separated, and they had a specific aisle for that.
Yeah.
And now it's just everybody's. And so if you think about something as simple as that, not labeling the Legos for boys or whatever, like, everybody can do everything. Everybody can try everything. It's not something that you have to do just because you're a boy or just because you're a girl. That sort of stuff, even though it looks like it's small, when you have a lot of small things that you put together, it builds complexes. And that's the type of...
I agree with that.
When you have a complex, you go out and do a whole bunch of fucked up shit to a whole bunch of people.
And complexes
For what?
are taught. They're taught. Like, complexes are taught, and I agree with that. So, like I said, my daughter, a lot of stuff she like to do traditionally or, like, is considered little boy stuff. But it's not. It's just what she's interested in. Minecraft can be for anybody. And so when she hears, she's talking to a kid, and she's like, oh, I like this. And they be like, oh, that's for boys. I've heard my daughter say, no, it's not. It's for whoever likes it. Like, you just got to teach your kids that. It's for whoever likes it. So... I kind of wish they would keep the toys separated and make shopping easier, because I have kids that are boys and girls and they like traditional stuff that's for boys and girls. It would make my shopping a lot easier, but I don't shop at Target like that. Walmart still got it separated. So it's like easy. I think people put too much on it, like with the whole gender thing, the transgender community stuff. They put too much emphasis on it because they want to be different, and it's like, just be who you are. You don't have to make the whole world bend to who you are. Just be who you are, love yourself, and we shouldn't all be sucked into this big confusion and walking on eggshells about oh, this is a boy, this is a girl. Like, people are now raising their kids gender neutral and don't want you to call their kid a boy or a girl, and I'm like, that's weird to me, and that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. Like, if it was born with the penis, it's a boy. If it was born with a vagina, it's a girl. And so for people to say, don't label my child, like, ma'am, that's weird to me, but that's them, and it's not affecting what I do, so I just keep it moving. And I tell my daughter that it really is a boy. I've had to explain what it is to her. So I've told her the definition of it, so she understands it. But, like, I think we just put too much into it sometimes.
I think we get too deep about this stuff.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. My little sister showed me over Thanksgiving that there was a tweet that went viral because this little boy liked Frozen, and so he wanted to get an Elsa costume, and so him and his dad dressed up like Elsa. Now, this boy was 5. This went viral because so many people got so upset because they thought that they were teaching him to be gay and like all this different stuff. They were trying to make him be
Can
a
you
girl
teach
and all this
somebody
stuff.
to be gay?
No, you cannot.
Is that like
and
a
that's
gay
my
class?
point. That's my point. That's my point. Because see, little girls can cosplay as Superman and Spider-Man or whatever, and don't nobody say shit. But when a little boy wants, if Frozen is his favorite movie, that's his favorite movie. Do you know anything about gay or straight at 5? No, you don't. You know you like Frozen. That's it, point blank, period. We put too much stuff on kids. They don't have the capacity to understand that stuff. We're making them the way they are.
Okay. Well, you know what? I would like to thank my guests for coming. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm glad we had this conversation because I'm learning a lot about myself and how to treat other people who don't come from where I come from or think what I think, and I really appreciate this conversation. Can you give them your social media and yours, Kim?
Okay, so like I said, I'm Shamonica. On Facebook, it's just Shamonica, Shamonica Wiggins. On Instagram, it's the.shamonica.wiggins. And then for my podcast, it's the Opinion Not Fact podcast. And that's my name on all platforms. And you can listen to my podcast on SoundCloud at the Opinion Not Fact podcast.
My name is Kim once again. I don't be doing shit on media. But I'm the content manager for Buzzball. So if you want to follow anybody on at the Buzzballs Instagram, on Twitter, it's gonna be me. So at Buzzballs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Is that the little drink? Yes, it is.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's your boy Darnell. If you would like to find Talkin Greasy, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube. Also, if you'd like to be a guest on the show, hit us up at talkingreasy@gmail.com. If you would like to give me some money, sponsor the show, hit us up at talkingreasy@gmail.com. My personal is Darnell Does It on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. And it ain't easy talking greasy. Thank you so much for coming.